Let's look at the website that doesn't let you use the word genocide, the BBC. So apparently there was a whistleblower who worked for the BBC and who has some insight for us into their practices that they engage in behind the scenes, which is very enlightening, not just to the BBC, like every mainstream news outlet is exactly like this. And please ignore the cringe username of the person who posted this. This is from Al Jazeera. It's not from what the media hides, I promise.
Israel has a right.
Okay, here's the thing though. You have like her silhouette and her voice is undistorted. I don't understand why it's like this. They're gonna know exactly who she is and fire her immediately. That seems kind of weird if you're trying to hide the identity of a whistleblower, but whatever.
Right to defend itself. That was the editorial line that was drilled into us, into all of our coverage. It was really an integral part of the editorial stance. To a guest talking about, Israeli airstrikes killing Palestinians in Gaza, that would be the response from our presenters.
Denying access to food is collective punishment, and that we should all be clear in saying that.
Israel will argue, obviously, that it has a right to defend itself.
That's such a great clip too. You can tell that they're just told to say that no matter what, because of the context is so insane. Like, they're stopping people from getting food. They're starving. Well, Israel has a right to defend itself by starving people. You can tell that they are told to say these lines precisely from the context. It makes no fucking sense. It's amazing.
People were terrified of using the word genocide in coverage. They still are. You will very rarely see it in any BBC coverage. And if an interviewee says the word genocide...
This is a genocide happening in front of our eyes.
That word is, as you know, incredibly emotive, and the Israelis, as you know, will be saying that they are targeting Hamas only.
The presenter will almost always panic. Yeah, you can see, like... It's like their job is on the line if they let the interviewee just use the word genocide. Like, excuse me, will you not think of the feelings of the poor Israelis? They will say they are targeting Hamas only. Are you Israel's fucking lawyer? Are you a journalist or are you Israel's lawyer? Are you there to argue the Israeli side? What is this? I mean, yeah, they are there to argue the Israeli side. They're a Western journalist. What am I saying? The role of every Western journalist is to do their part in the murder of babies.
The Labour Party, of all political parties, which has always had a strong peace contingent within it, is now actually supporting genocide.
Okay, we can maybe just avoid that language if that's okay.
Maybe just avoid that language if that's okay. It's like they said the N-word or something. The reaction, it's like they just said the N-word live on air. But no, it was calling a genocide a genocide. Please, I need you to avoid that word because I'm going to lose my job if you say it. And let me tell you, I'll do fucking anything for my paycheck. Anything. By the way, the British are so cucked, the government forces them to pay for a TV license that funds the BBC. So the British pay for this. All of them have to pay for this. They pay a tax to fund the British Genocide Corporation. Western journalists need to be brought before an international court. Every single Western journalist. Being a Western journalist should be a taboo. It should be shameful. People who are like, journalists are the crusaders of truth. No. Journalists are propagandist scum. Every single Western journalist who works for an even remotely mainstream publication has blood all over their hands. They bathe in blood every single day. They just say and do whatever they're told to do to justify the disgusting crimes of the West and its disgusting allies. I support the Great Replacement in the UK. Great Replacement now. Great Replacement now. Great Replacement now. Mass migration now. They're Muslims, mate. You what? Yes, good. More. God, that reminds me, like 4 years ago, I saw like a sticker on a pole in Argentina that said, "Free Tommy Robinson." In Argentina. Free him from what? Wasn't he in jail on like domestic violence charges or something? Jesus.